And Rudy J is sitting here with me, Joe Reinagle, here on halftime. Michael Jimenez with a couple of days off, so we're filling in for him. But Michael Jimenez is very lucky that he has got a guest every Wednesday from a gentleman by the name of G.J. Kinne, who just happens to be the head football coach of the Incarnate Word Cardinals. And the Incarnate Word Cardinals are about as red hot as any football team can be. Coach Kinne, welcome into halftime.
Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely, man. Well, we appreciate you being on because, man, you are on fire. How does it feel to be rolling through this season the way you guys are playing some great football, 6-1 as we sit today?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. You know, that's one thing that we've really tried to harp on this week of practice is man, let's go have fun. Let's go do our thing and let's work hard. That's one thing our guys do. They know how to work. We'll run on and off the field. We get after it in the weight room. But we have a lot of fun out there on the practice field as well.
Hey, how you doing, Coach? This is my first time talking to you, so excuse me if Michael has asked you these questions before. But your first year being a head coach, what has it been like, and what have you learned thus far?
Man, it's there's been some ups and downs. We've had a couple of really big wins, top 10 win the first game of the season. We go on the road and beat a Nevada and FBS
That's right.
team, on the road. So you have the highs, and you come back and on the road and you lose to a C-Law that they're the preseason favorite in the conference. So on the last second play, so you had the lowest of the lows. So really learning how to manage the guys and the coaching staff as well. That's what I always tell people. The thing that I probably learned the most is that, I'm coaching the coaches. I'm coaching the equipment room. I'm coaching the ops. I'm coaching the trainers. So making sure everyone's in alignment and everyone's, speaking the same language. But it really, we got a bunch of really good players and that's one of the things that it makes us coaches look good when you have good players. I know that for sure.
Spoken like a true coach, right?
True coach, absolutely.
Coach, what's the buzz like around campus right now with the way you guys are playing football? Do you see the other students coming around and really getting excited about this program?
Yeah, they really are. I think on social media you see it. We do a great job with that. I mean, we, like you said, talking about really good players. You got Lindsey Scott that's got 32 touchdowns, the 2 interceptions. He's got 5 rushing touchdowns. You got Taylor Grimes that's got 10 receiving touchdowns. You got Darren Chapin that's got 7, both of them over 600 yards. I mean, we're throwing the ball all around the place. I think we lead the country right now in TFLs on defense from a defensive line standpoint. And you can do that without the linebackers and DBs. We play a lot of man coverage. No, not a lot of teams in college football play a lot of man coverage. So we play a lot of man coverage. So allow those guys to get to work up front. So it all goes together, man. And it's, like I said, it's been a lot of fun. Those guys put in the work though.
But it's crazy, Coach, when I look at y'all's final scores some nights after the games, and this is such a high scoring game, I'm like, damn, they must really throw it all around the field. But then I look back at this past week, you had over 200 yards rushing as well. So it's not. Yeah. It's a little bit of both, depending on who you're playing, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt. We run a unique offense. Not a lot of teams, run the offense that we run. We're a run play action team. That's what this offense is built on. We got to be able to run the ball. Then that opens up the throwing lanes. If you play us man to man, that's what we want. You come out there and load the box play, man, we're gonna throw it over the top of your head. But also, if you come out in the 2 safety defense umbrella, some teams have tried to put 3 safeties out there. We got to run the ball. I mean, we're just gonna basically we're gonna take what the defense gives us every week. So that's the hard part, because not the last couple of weeks, teams don't come out and run the same defense you've been preparing for all week. It's a little bit flavor of the week. What are they trying to stop?
Right.
Us as coaches have to figure that out and adjust.
And I said, what I said? It's funny you bring that up, Coach, because I said the same thing when I was talking about the Chiefs in Buffalo. And, if I have Patrick Mahomes and I have Josh Allen or I have Lindsey Scott Jr., I want to throw it all the time. But sometimes you got to be disciplined, right? And just take what the defense gives you. And I think that's what makes the greats great, is like, what? I know I'm really good and I can throw it, but I can get 6 yards of carry. So it's a tough spot to be in.
It is, and I think that's one of those things. Coach Leftwich, our offensive coordinator, he does a great job because if it was up to me, I'm like you. I got Lindsey back there. I tell him, hey, let's throw it. Let's throw it. He's like, oh, we got to run it sometime. Well, I don't know. I like the way we throw it.
Yeah.
Well, I like the way you guys throw it too. We're visiting with UIW head football coach G.J. Kinne. And Coach Kinne, just go back to Lindsey Scott, because this guy is something else. I mean, he can flat out throw the football and he completes them. I mean, his completion percentage is incredible. What makes this guy so special?
I've said it numerous times. Not only is he a great player, I mean, you see what he does on Saturdays. He's a great person. He's a 4.0 student,
wow.
a grad student. He's unbelievable. And I think the thing that really separates him from the other quarterbacks I've been around is his preparation. He goes home every night. So obviously we'll meet on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and all throughout the week. He'll go home that afternoon and rewrite the notes that he took in the meeting room and rewrite his plays in his notebook. And to me, that's just different. I haven't seen that a lot. His just preparation. He's hungry. He really is. I think he's been to a couple of different schools and maybe that situation didn't work out the way he wanted to. And so, when he came in here and he saw the offense and he saw the weapons he had around him, he knew that, all right, this is my time to go out there and make a statement. And he's done that through his work ethic and preparation.
Coach, I don't think neither one of us know much about Faulkner. Have you been able to find, tell me about Faulkner.
I hope Kinne knows
I don't know
about
much about him. I'm not gonna lie to you, Coach. I don't know much about him.
Yeah, we do. We've been studying them all week.
Okay.
They're a good team. We had to go on YouTube for a couple of their games and break them down on YouTube, to be perfectly honest with you. But hey, they're a good team.
Okay.
They get paid to coach and they're on scholarship over there as well.
Absolutely.
So, we're going to come in. We're not taking these guys lightly, but at the same time, we're getting some guys that haven't got some reps, this week, and they're going out there, and it's going to be their opportunity to shine. Hopefully, if we take care of business, you never know. And that's why I told the starters, like, hey, you get prepared to play a whole game because you don't know how this thing goes. This is college football.
Right, yeah.
So you go out there and prepare like you're playing the whole game. And if we take care of business and we act like, we're a top 10 team in the country, we're the number one offense in the country, then, we'll be able to get some of you guys in there. But if not, then get prepared to play the whole game.
Coach, I know that you've just got to play what's laid out in front of you, but how strange is it to have a non-conference game just kind of right in the middle of the schedule?
Yeah, it was one of those things that just happened, with us, moving conferences or talking about moving conferences, late in the process. Faulkner, we were looking for a game so we could have 11 on the schedule. And so to us, it really is. It's one of those situations where we're just taking it one game at a time. I think this week for us is all about us. How can we get better? We have a bunch of really big games coming up. So how can we get better this week and prepare our team for hopefully a playoff run?
You brought it up just a little while ago, Coach, and there's no off weeks, but how do you feel like your team is prepared in those weeks? I mean, how do you think your team is played in those weeks of games that you're supposed to win? How do you feel like y'all performed this year when playing quote unquote down teams?
Yeah, no, we've come out and probably had some of our best games. I think our guys they're locked in, they're ready to go. Our coaches do a really good job. And here's the thing, like I told you from the beginning, we got really good players. So we can do all we want, but it's really up to them to go out there and perform. And when they decide, hey, we're going to go out there and take over this game, they usually do.
We're talking to UIW head football coach G.J. Kinne, and the Cardinals take on Faulkner University this week, 2:00 at UIW. And Coach, if somebody's never been to a game at an Incarnate Word,
I've been,
and obviously you are busy at that time, but what is the atmosphere like for a college football game, for a Cardinals football game on campus there?
Man, we play great music. We got great tailgate.
Coach, not to cut you off, but the tailgate, I've been. The tailgate,
it's legit. Huh?
I've had a good time, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that, Coach. Go ahead.
No doubt. We have fun at the tailgate, the music pregame. And then when you talk about product on the field, I talked a little bit about the stats, but we're going to score points. I mean, we're averaging 50 points a game. We lead the country on defense and TFLs. And it's one of those deals where it's exciting. I think, the brand of football that we play here at UIW is exciting. So if you're in San Antonio, there's nothing going on, man. Come out there, support our guys, and I promise you won't be disappointed.
Well, 2:00 kickoff out at Incarnate Word this Saturday. The Cardinals taking on Faulkner University. You want to go out and see some great play, especially quarterback play. Lindsey Scott, we talked about the wide receivers, the running backs. They've got it all. The defense playing well. Coach Kinne, we appreciate you taking some time out this afternoon to join us on Halftime.
Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Good
Thank
luck.
you, sir.
All right, man.